Hello and welcome back to Roy's Workshop, and now I'm on my way to Jeddah from Taif. I thought I'd do a nice intro showing you the drop of the escarpment again as the weather's a little bit better. How wrong I was. How's about that? It's cloudy, but you can see it is a fantastic drop. Oh, some baboons. There's another baboon. I don't know if they're friendly or not. They seem friendly enough. But you can see it's a long way down. And that's where we're going for Dakar 2021. So a small update. I've been in contact with the Dakar team, with the media team and everything, and trying to get passes to be able to go into the bivouacs and see more closely than what there is to see. There is a price for that, and you know, I totally understand it is a business, but it is €8,000, and that includes accommodation, food, travel between bivouacs and everything else, which probably, you know, isn't too bad. However, for me, having just invested in the Discovery and everything else, it seems a bit much. And I totally get it. It is for their COVID. They have like a secure COVID bubble. I have been tested last night, and I'll get the results later on today. And obviously I am isolated. I'm in a car on my own and I won't be seeing anyone. But unfortunately, I asked about the bivouac locations each evening, and I said, would it be possible for me to get them so I can stay near the bivouacs, because one of the main sponsors, STC, who is a phone cover provider, so he has all the data and what have you, and that's who I use for my phone internet, and that's what I'll be using and uploading these videos with. So I thought it'd be really good to try and stay near the bivouac so I could harness some of that signal to get these videos out to you more often. But unfortunately they said we can't let you know where the bivouacs are, which, you know, totally fine. I absolutely get it. But I also said, please, if you do see a green Discovery nearby, I suspect it'll be the only one, I'm there just to film it and just to experience Dakar as much as I can. I'm not there for any other reason. So if there's any problems, let me know. They've all got my number, and they all know how to contact me. So certainly it's not as in-depth as what I would like for the bivouac side of things. I will try and show you as much as I can, but I will be limited. I'm particularly annoyed about the Classic, because that is the bit that I really like to see. But I totally understand it, and I normally they would hand out like day passes where you could go in and see the bivouac and everything, but unfortunately, because of the way things are this year, the first of the year, they're not, which again, totally understand. And I'm not going to go against any rule. I'm not going to say anything bad about them, because that's just the way it is. They have to protect their interests for the people who paid a lot of money to be here, away from the scallywags like me who haven't. So I'm going to carry on. I know where the testing ground is, so I'm going to go there and have a look and show you that. And I'm going to show you as much as I can. These videos are going to be fairly, badly edited, but that's no change from the norm, is it? But I'll show you as much as I can from behind the scenes. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Have fun. So I've made it to Jeddah, and I've made it to the King Abdullah Sports City, which is where the Parc Fermé is for the Dakar teams. This unfortunately is the closest I can get to it, as I can't get in for money reasons. But you can see all the teams are here and they're all getting prepared. Inside the stadium itself is where all the scrutineering is happening and all the signing on and everything. And I have seen some of the cars driving around, which is great to see, and it's really nice to sort of see number plates that I recognise from being back in Europe. Well, not anymore, but you know, when we were in Europe. That's about it really. All I can do today. Tomorrow is prologue 1. None of the details have come out yet, and naturally, now being an outsider, trying to get as much information as I can about where it's going. They're being very strict about it. There's police everywhere around here, and on the way back to the hotels where the drivers and everyone are staying. I found a nice place for us to stay tonight, although I think I'm now going to, whilst I've got some time in Jeddah, I'm going to go to the mosque and see the Grand Mosque over there, because I want to go and see that and do a little bit of the touristy thing. So I may throw that in here as well. But for now, I'm going to end it here before I get kicked off by the police, and I'll catch up with you all a bit later on. Well, I bet some of you weren't expecting to see me back in my room 2.5 hours away from Jeddah. Having spoken to the Dakar team again, because trying to find out any information about where it's going or what have you, they've been very, very strict on it. I asked again to my contact, who was the head of media, and I said, you know, what is the likelihood of me being able to see the rally going on as it wangs on by? And she said nothing will be made public. They're trying to keep the public away, and this year there are no spectators. Normally last year and the previous years they had specific areas where the public could go and see, and it would be like a natural amphitheatre type affair, and you would be able to see what was going on. This year though, they're not releasing anything. Prologue 1 is still happening tomorrow, which is a 30 kilometer track around Jeddah. Nothing has been released, and nothing will be released. So having another word with the guys at Dakar, they sort of said it's. I said, do you think it's worth it for me? So, for me to go around Saudi Arabia on my own, trying to follow the Dakar, and she said no. She said she doesn't think it's worthwhile. She understands my frustrations, and she said it's difficult because of coronavirus and everything like that. And I totally understand. There is no negativity from me towards the Dakar team. They have to look after their interests, and obviously I wanted to show you guys on my YouTube channel what was going on from my point of view. But it's not going to happen. So can't cry over spilt milk. I'm now back in my room, but I will take this opportunity. I will now be able to sort of settle into using the Discovery as a sort of overlanding vehicle and staying in it, which would be good, rather than me just sort of jumping straight into a 2-week stint of living in it. Although I think I would get away with it, but it also gives me the opportunity to camp in various other places. I may, in the next week or two, when they go around Saudi Arabia, when they're coming back down the west coast, there's a place right up in the north of the west coast that I would like to go and visit, because there's snow in Saudi Arabia. So I thought maybe about going up there, spending a day up there, and then coming back down with it, because it stops, I think it stops twice before it goes back into Jeddah. So I could possibly do it, but I need to speak to Dakar again and sort of see what would be going on. But I think Dakar 2021 for me is a no-go. I'll have to plan on it being it is happening again in 2022 in Saudi Arabia, hopefully by which point I will either be able to get in as media, because they were trying to get me in as media, and sort of go through that route, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. So hopefully next year we'll be able to do something more like that, and hopefully everything will be a little bit more relaxed compared to this year. But there's nothing I can do, just got to get on with it. So yeah, so unfortunately, all the prep for Dakar and all the hype for me sort of seeing Dakar, I've seen some of the cars, it was great and fantastic to see, but as soon as it starts, they're going to come out the main gate. The start finish is hidden in the city that I showed you, the King Abdullah Sports City, so that's not public. They will literally be coming out, turning left or right, and then giving it the beans, and I won't be able to keep up with them as much as I'd like to. Well, I probably could, but it would damage the vehicle, and that's not what I'm on about. But anyway, it's not happening for me, unfortunately. So thanks very much for watching. Stay safe out there. Keep an eye on what I'm up to, because I'm not going to be sat down doing nothing, I can assure you. But if you do stick around, you will definitely see what I'm up to on here. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye now.